Oh, this is a kind of a wonderful story. I was doing a play at the time called Hurly Burly. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I was understudying Christopher Walken and Bill Hurt for the production. I think it was called the Promenade Theater on 75th or 6th, and Broadway, sort of a new theater at the time. And Mike Nichols directed it. And I think all these funny things that happened in my life. I was looking at Mike Nichols one day when I was on stage, and I thought, what is wrong with his hair? Something up with his hair. I don't understand it. And I was this close to saying, Mike, what's up with your hair? And then someone said to me, I asked him later, I resisted at that moment. I asked, what's up with his hair? He said, he has no hair. What? He had that thing, Propecia or something, whatever it's called. He lost every hair. Alopecia. He lost his, Propecia's that stuff before hair. So he lost it all sometime before this event, and I thought, well, thank God I really dodged a bullet there, because I was about to say, what's going on with the funny hair, buddy? Oh, this is the kind of alarming fool that I have been. Anyway, Mike Nichols. I auditioned for Cheers, and I go and do this test for it at the Gulf and Western Building, which is now the Trump Hotel, I think it is, and there's that little globe out front, and it used to be the Gulf and Western Building owned by Paramount. The Gulf and Western owned Paramount at the time, and Paramount produced Cheers. So there's a gal there named Gretchen Rennell, who was a pretty famous casting director in her time, and she calls me and I said, what's going on? She said, well, I had lunch with Mandy Patinkin the other day, and I asked him if he knew any funny leading men, and he said, yeah, Kelsey Grammer. And she said, well, where is he? He said, well, we're rehearsing it. I was also rehearsing at that time Sunday at the Park with George, with Mandy. So she said, so I thought I'd see you and bring you in. And I said, so she said, you don't know what that is, right? And she said, well, it's a very popular television show, and there's this character who's going to break up Sam and Diane. She said, yeah. But she handed me the sides, the sampling of the script and the scene, basically. And I thought, oh, I can play this guy. His name at the time was Frasier Nye. And I thought Nye was it reminded me of Louis Nye. So I said to them sometime later, I said, Nye doesn't seem like the right name for him, does it? And they said, yeah, you're probably right. So they named me Crane. Frasier Crane. So I read the scene with Gretchen, and she said, you know what, I want to bring you in tomorrow and put you on camera for the producers. Okay, great. I said, what do you mean on camera? She said, well, it's like a personality profile. We're going to go on, I'm going to video you, and I'm just asking a few questions about who you are, and blah, blah, blah. So I got home after that meeting, and I thought, what should I wear? I had a black blazer. It was sort of a real traditional sort of preppy looking jacket, which was perfect for it, I thought, and but I didn't have the slacks. And I suddenly remembered my mother, several years before, for Christmas, had given me a pair of Christian Dior silk-lined yellow slacks. Oh my God. That's the ticket. Those are the ones, and I'd never worn them. So I pulled them out of this steamer trunk, basically, where I knew they still were, and they hadn't been hemmed. I haven't learned to do a great cross stitch. The costume shop in San Diego, I pulled them out, ironed them, marked them, did my little cross stitch, and they were hemmed just in time for my appearance on this video thing. Jimmy Burrows, the director of Cheers, would later say they saw me and they just started to laugh. Never known if it was a compliment or not. Nonetheless. And the rest sort of went, well, I flew out and did my audition with Ted and Shelley at the time, and there were about 15 people in the room, which has grown since. I've been met at least 650 people who said, oh, I was in that room when you read. So, but I didn't get a single laugh, and I thought, well, this is not going well. So we finished up, I put the scenes down, and I said, thank you very much. I'm gonna go out on the street out there and see if I can get some laughs there. And I walked out, and I called my friend Lois Forever, and I said, let's go down to San Diego, because we both worked in San Diego. I started at the Old Globe Theater in San Diego. And so we drove down and spent the weekend, had a wonderful weekend, met with a couple of our old friends who were actors still in the company there. Met with Craig Knoll, who was the man that had established the theater years before. Marvelous visit. And I drove back to LA, thinking I'm going back to New York and just go back to what I was doing, which was auditioning early. And I get to the hotel. It was the Holiday Inn at Hollywood and Vine, which is no longer there. And the person at the desk said, "Oh, Mr. Grammer, there's been several messages left for you." I thought, "Oh, really? Oh, okay." And I got to my little hotel room and I opened. Changed my life. I opened the door and there's a bottle of Dom Perignon sitting on a little table, a little round top, and on it was a little note that said, "Welcome to Cheers." So Mike Nichols, I'm the understudy for Hurly Burly. Christopher Walken, maybe, he might miss a performance any minute, you never know. Because, he was a strong son of a bitch, he wasn't going to miss a show, so. And Bill Hurt, same. And so I tell him, listen, I've got this television show, I have to fly out and shoot it. And he says, no. I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. So I spent a night crying on the floor of my apartment, thinking, holy shit, my whole life is like could change, and it's not. It's stopping me from this. Finally, a friend of mine said, I know where he's staying. I know, he's at the Carlisle Hotel. Get him on the phone and talk to him. So I went to the Carlisle Hotel, and I asked Mike Nichols room, and they put me through. I said, Mike, it's Kelsey, I'm in the lobby. He said, He said, go ahead. Tell me what you need to tell me. So from the lobby phone, I basically begged Mike Nichols to let me go do this show. And he said to me, Kelsey, a television show is not a career to make. I thought, well, there's some wisdom to that, but then I explained to him that it was 7 shows, and that it was a possible run and maybe do more. And I guess after a night or two, that softened him a little bit, enough to say, you will find someone to fill your spot, you will teach them the lines in the next 4 days, and you will pay him $5,000. Oh my God. That's every penny I had. And I said, okay. And I did that. I trained the guy, and he was ready. Chris was his name. I don't remember his last name now. Tompkins, maybe? Anyway. So, Mike finally relented and let me fly. 20 years later, I see him on the stage at the Emmy Awards. And he sort of looks at me. I guess maybe I was wrong about that TV. So,